so the combo here, for those that aren't seeing it, we have Solemnity and Unlife to prevent ourselves from getting counters. And then Solemnity, Kitchen Finks, Viscera Seer, or Solemnity, Geralf's Messenger, Viscera Seer, or Solemnity, Geralf's Messenger / Kitchen Finks or Blasting Station allow us to go infinite. So onward, upward, backward, forward. If your goal is online gambling via TCGs, then I agree, Artifact is the best choice for your future money making. That's why. I wonder how many people out there actually that's what they do. Like, they make, like, they live in places where their cost of living is so low, or they're just like winning enough that like they like make enough money to sustain themselves by like online gambling via Magic Online. There are people in countries where, like, if you can live off of, you know, less than $1,000 a month, Pike, you could live off of Magic Online. Before I was streaming full-time playing decks that viewers picked out, I was regularly cashing out $200 to $300 a month on Magic Online. Which subject, AGH? Yeah, Captain Obvious. The Lisa campaign should be running for, I think, through the end of the year at the very least. Oh gosh, rats! They're playing spirits that not infect. Is that Geist of Saint Draft? In a way, this deck is weird Vizier combo. That is correct. Yeah, so like now we have a bunch of draws that kill them now, right? Like Geralf's Messenger and Kitchen Finks are both effectively lethal. Phyrexian Unlife basically locks them out of the game. So we actually have a lot of live ones now. Sure, but that Jund deck will never cost $1,000 on Arena. The reason that Jund deck was so expensive was because of how the secondary market works. Arena's model, while not perfect, actually avoids a lot of the nonsense that MTG Finance creates. You can see me typo in real time. The reason why Magic needs to have that secondary, whatever, nonsense can be hyphenated today. Today it's hyphenated. The reason why Magic needs that secondary market is because it's so expensive, right? If there's just like a lower initial cost, like you don't need the secondary market like that. It's possible I should hold this Thoughtseize for if I draw one of my 3-mana combo pieces next turn. Double Spell Queller. Rough. I guess I'm taking one of these. That way, next turn I can draw my 3-mana, one of my 3-mana combo pieces, and then path the Spell Queller in combo. So if we hit one of our live ones, we'll be in a good spot. So again, we have 12 combo pieces in our deck that we're alive to draw to. Had 2 people I know arguing about Cheerios for 12 minutes. That's really funny. All right, give me the lethals. Give me the lethals. Give me the lethals. Can I find the 3rd card in my 3-card combo? We got a couple different ones that wrap it up. Isolated Chapel is not one of them. And I think it's better to not sacrifice the Viscera Seer to Scry here, because the Viscera Seer is not in play. Geralf's Messenger and Kitchen Finks are no longer outs. What a tease. Just like the next 2 cards, exactly what we want. I should probably pay closer attention to sideboards. This sideboard is a hot mess. None of these cards get to come in against a creature-based deck like what we're playing against here. So I'm still gonna trim a Thoughtseize for an Anguished Unmaking. All right, Bob and Cheese, if you're watching, it does though. The reason you are able to do that, Bob, is because you are winning more than you are losing. I know, because you share how much you win in Discord. Arena also lets you build a collection for winning games of Magic. And I get that it's not a direct... Hey, Demi-Eyes, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And I get that it's not a super direct translation, but the reason why you're able to eat the cost on what it costs to swap decks out on Arena or on Magic Online is because you're winning. But like saying you can't get one deck and then turn that into other decks on Arena is false. Like, obviously it's a different method of doing it, but saying that you can't do it in general is incorrect. That time of the month again. How do you feel about Arena Singleton donations? Yeah, maybe Brecken. I think that would probably be fine. At least one, just to like gauge if there's an interest in it. How does it work? Is there like a ladder for Singleton, or do I have to like enter an event? How does it work exactly? I think I'm gonna path this thing. No, Arena is only officially supported on Windows currently. You can play it on Linux and OS X using Wine, or by running a virtual machine. Oh, it's best of one? That sounds like poop. Sideboarding is one of the best things about Magic, in my opinion. I think we're dead, chat. Oh, they sacrificed that. Probably still dead. Double Drog Skull is really good against anybody trying to attack and block. Or like who has removal spells in their deck. I'll take a draw step or two here. If they play another Lord, we're gonna need to draw combo pieces, but we're not 100% dead. Alright, well that doesn't means we can't combo anymore, so if they have another Lord, I'm gonna concede. What's your stance on Arena using draft to build collections? I mean, you don't have to make bad picks, you're choosing to make bad picks. Like that's your prerogative, and that's what you're gonna do, then do it. But like if you want to just draft good cards, you have the option to just draft good cards. Hey, madam, thanks for the 300 bits. I appreciate that. Welcome. I don't know that there really isn't a good replacement for Opal. Opal's a pretty unique effect. Well, quick, rough first loss in this league with the Black-White Repeaters deck. We're gonna head back onto the next one here shortly. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. This deck, like many of the decks that we play here on stream, is a subscriber-submitted deck list. If you're interested in checking out how I could play one of your decks on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/HoogleSolid or check out the submit deck link on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Watcher Upon the Threshold, thank you very much for that brand new Prime support there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for sharing those Bezo bucks this way this month. Past subscribing and sending in deck lists the best way you can is by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's would like to get you on your way to a nice, close, clean shave. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/HoogleShave, you can save $5 on your brand new trial kit with them. You can get that for as little as $3 if you sign up with their monthly recurring blade service that you can set up with lots of different options there. Or it's just $5 if you want to purchase a starter kit with no further commitment. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards directly to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off of the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags, and all sorts of great stuff there. You can submit your own artwork that you have the right to redistribute, or you can select from the wide range of custom artwork that they already have set up on their website. You can also find wonderful stuff like my own Hoaglandia branded stuff up there. We have my Jester, as well as like a message deleted playmat and all sorts of other great stuff. And of course, speaking of Hoagland, I'd like to welcome everyone out there. Hope everyone's having a good Monday, having a great start to your week. We're hanging out, playing some Modern today. My schedule did update for this week. I posted that on the Twitters, but you can also find it on the schedule page on my website. So moving forward, every Monday is going to be Meme Monday for Modern as always, and we're going to be doing Standard on Arena on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday morning is going to be Modern on Moto, and then I'm going to do a Wednesday night stream that's more Standard, and then I'm taking Thursdays off theoretically, and Friday is going to be afternoon into the evening some Modern, so it'll give some folks who don't have a chance to catch during the daytime hours some live stuff, hopefully. I mean, this hand has stuff in it. Choke is a hoser card, pure Johan. Once upon a time, in an era of protection spells and hoser cards like Choke and Boil and Flash Fires and like Circle Protection X, these were cards that we printed, so we didn't understand why they were bad game design. I don't know what that card does, Hive Mind. Wow, they have spreading season. They didn't spread me. God bless. It could have been real bad for us. I mean, we're not necessarily punished. We took a risk and we're not getting paid off for it. If we get lands the next 2 turns, we'll probably be okay here, especially with the Path to Exile to like keep some of their threats in check. Like, if I hit like Solemnity into Unlife by 5, like they're not gonna be able to win the game, right? Their deck probably can't interact with these things. $23 or $24. Take the Lord here, I think. It's actually the 3rd fish deck we've played against today. No blocks here, I think. I think I'm just gonna run the no blocks here. A couple people had said Twitch had been having some audio unsync issues and you should refresh your browser page if you're having that. Someone mentioned that the other day. No, Guru lands are not expensive on Magic Online. Alright. Just gonna play out this Viscera Seer. Nah, I don't think so, Scholar. I thought about shoving Goyf in there, but like, what do you cut? Like, something's always got to give, right? If they go to Dismember this, I'm gonna path it so I can unlock my lands here. Because then, if they don't kill me next turn, I get to slam Unlife on my turn and then Solemnity the following turn and probably lock them out. The big problem with like cutting the Tidehollow Scholars in that list, Scholar, is that they're like a piece of disruption, right? Like the deck isn't particularly linear, so you need interactive elements to be able to actually lock people out of the game, to like prevent them from killing you before you can do your thing. All right, we know their last card is Master of Waves here, so this is resolving. Then I'll have 2 shots at Solemnity. Does Fish not play Echoing Truth? Not game 1. Post board, they'll have Echoing Truth. What's going on, Whitman? I'm doing well. Had a good weekend. Now you kill them with Kitchen Finks. You kill them with by attacking, or you can kill them with Geralf's Messenger plus a sack outlet. You have infinite damage a couple different ways. Technically infinite life loss. Hey, thanks for supporting the sponsors, Fish Lamp Clock. Their products are good. One of the things I always try to do is the things I sponsor on this stream are things that I always make sure to use first. It's really easy to throw a reputation away if you advertise for things that are bad. And the flip side of that is it's really easy to sell things that are good. Good products are easy to sell. All right. I like how it writes can't have counters on everything in play. Why didn't it write can't have counters on me and my opponent, chat? Why didn't it? Why can I have counters still? I don't have can't have counters written on me. How will I know that I can't have counters? Yeah, that's true. Geralf's Messenger on its own will just get to, like, keep attacking. Unless they have, like, a 1-4 or, like, an 0-4 to block it. It's just gonna keep coming back and draining them. I need to write a Sharpie on my head. Hey, look, chat. It's a combo. Combo. So Solemnity, Geralf's Messenger, they have to draw Bounce Merfolk. Sure. This is technically only a 3-card combo. The Unlife isn't needed to drain them out with Phyrexian with Geralf's Messenger. The Unlife is just another card that it combos, soft combos with Solemnity. I have no idea, madam. And we have two separate combos in play. We have a 2-card combo and a 3-card combo. And those combos just, like, happen to have a piece of overlap between them, right? Yeah, there definitely should be some ways to interact with creatures in my sideboard. I think I bring in the Spellskites here because I'm expecting my opponent to have Echoing Truth post board. So that's a way to interact with that. Yeah, opponent getting that sweet timeout equity. No, Bitterblossom's not particularly good here. Merfolk puts us in a spot where we can't be blocking, and Bitterblossom's like a slow, grindy card. So I'm not really interested in a slow, grindy card against an aggro deck. One of the reasons why Bitterblossom isn't particularly popular or powerful in Modern is because it's only good in the matchups where you really want to grind, and there aren't a ton of those in the format. They definitely exist, right? Like, there's blue-white control and stuff like that, but... Oh gosh, I really should have looked at this deck list better. There's, like, not 4 Path to Exiles, but there's a Dismember. I guess you could theoretically get Dismember with Machinations, but that still seems really loose. There's only 1 Machinations. What's going on? Thank you, Rain Spider, for the 5-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. I don't know. Yeah, people keep talking about Modern and Legacy and Arena, and I think that's just probably not gonna happen. That's gonna be what holds Magic Online on, right? The one thing that will be interesting to see as Arena evolves versus Magic Online is that even if Magic Online is the only way to play Modern and Legacy, like, how do you get cards into Arena, into Magic Online economy if people are like preferring to play Draft and Standard on Magic Arena, right? So like the drafters are what put cards into the economy and the sealed players. So hey, madam, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's mostly because Spellskite like prevents degenerate things more than anything else. Echoing Truth, Phantasmal Image. I guess I'll take the Echoing Truth. I've ever played Hearthstone? I have. I gave when I started streaming full time earlier this year, I attempted to diversify a little bit and stream a little bit of Hearthstone, and then I quickly discovered not only did I not remain engaged in playing Hearthstone, but I also just like didn't need to add Hearthstone to my stream schedule to do this full time as a job. People always kind of like perpetuate that like you can't make a living as a Magic content creator, and I'm not the only one doing that, right? But I feel like that's a message you hear others repeat, like you have to do Hearthstone and stuff like that, and I kind of bought into that when I didn't need to. I don't know if I want to. So like they have a deprive here, right? So I don't really know that I want to play into that. I think I'm just gonna like keep playing Drago here while they're missing land drops. Well, I mean, Draft's probably not a good comparison to Arena currently, because from my understanding, Arena doesn't allow you to... Arena doesn't currently allow you to draft with other people, right? Like, the drafts on Arena are all automated. Yeah. So, at some point, I believe we're supposed to get the ability to draft against real people on Arena, but that doesn't currently exist. So, like, those are fundamentally different formats at this point, right? I would like to push this fish off a cliff. You don't play against an AI, you're drafting against an AI. So basically they give you the freedom to like not be locked into a timer for your draft picks currently. I'm gonna go ahead and play into the deprive here since I have 3 Geralf messengers at this point. Yeah, we've played against fish 3 times in 7 matches. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Do I even want to stick Geralf's Messenger here? Like, they have a Phantasmal Image, which is kind of good against Messenger, right? See if they hit another counterspell or not here. A Phantasmal Image and then 2 cards we don't know. Yeah, looks like they did. I'm going to sacrifice this because they're just going to go ahead and block it here in a hot second anyways. The Phantasmal Image for our Geralf Messenger is actually going to be quite annoying here. Thanks for all the great content and hard work. Keep it up, Slinky. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for the continued support. Probably dismember this master here. Can we beat Relic? Yeah, we can still lock them out of the game with Unlife, Solemnity, and then just like beat them down. I also have an Anguished Unmaking in the deck. Is there a benefit to running Deprive over Mana Leak that I'm not seeing? Yeah, Deprive can't be countered. Yeah, that's exactly how it works, Godless Shrine. It will return and get to copy something else, and it'll have a 1/1 counter. So, favorably is how it interacts with Undying. And actually, if you're losing on Magic Online, if you're losing on Arena, you'll probably be making more cards than you're making on Magic Online, right? Like, if you're losing on Magic Online is like lots and lots of money when you're losing. How long was I streaming as a hobby before it became a realistic job? I have been a Twitch partner for probably a little over 3 years now. I believe it's a little over 3 years now, right? While I was streaming at least a year before that. So I've been streaming for, there's a Memorial to Folly in this deck. The more you know. The more you know, chat. Put these towards Zabzan cars. Thank you, Cannon Gear, for the biddies. I appreciate that. And it isn't even about just like making, like getting prizes on Arena, just like not hemorrhaging piles of money is a thing too, right? Like if you are, even the friendly leagues on Magic Online, you're losing $7 per 5 matches, right? And again, there's definitely ups and downs to both. I think arguing that either is strictly better or worse than the other is just nonsense, because they just can't be strictly better or worse. That's actually a really good question, 77577. Like, if Arena is set up properly, the upkeep cost on it, how much it's going to take to keep the latest sets going, it will probably be much lower. There is a cost in animations. That's true. That's good. That's a good one to point out. It's like a real thing. Hope these cupcakes aren't too stale. Thank you, extras, for the biddies. I appreciate it. I'm choosing not to play the Unlife out here because I want to hold up Path to Exile. I'd also kind of like to not get my Phyrexian Unlife spell pierced. People, I think I need to write an article at some point talking about getting into streaming and tips and suggestions. It's like, honestly, it's something that comes up a lot. And like, the piece of advice I like to hammer home to people a lot is that you shouldn't quit your day job to start streaming, right? Like, that's a recipe for disaster. Being able to turn streaming into a full-time job is not a guarantee. even if you work hard and are good at what you do, there's a lot of elements that go into being able to turn this into a job, a lot of which you have no control over as a person. Like, you could be the most entertaining person in the world and have like the best stream technology set up and just like not be able to go anywhere with it because you can't get people in front of watching you. I've been told Arena leaks memory just like Magic Online does, but I cannot confirm or deny that. Yeah, and like, and a big part of why I'm where I'm at as far as like having viewers goes is definitely tied to the fact that a lot of people that end up at this stream knew me from SCG events, right? Like, so I had some notoriety before I came to Twitch. Here's some more bits for Abzan cards. Thank you, Cannon Gear. Get those added after we're done today for sure. A lot of people that like break into Twitch successfully, especially established games, are people that are coming from having background or fans from other places. Tolarian Community College video, yep. A lot of different places that I'd networked previously that allowed me to become successful in what I'm doing now. Owl costume, yep, that was a good gimmick. Although the owl costume is probably a little bit less notable because like I was able to do the owl costume because of what I was doing here already. Definitely, I agree. It's definitely the singing. Well, we took one of their Echoing Truths earlier with a discard spell, so if we can find a Solemnity here, we'll probably be able to lock them out of the game for a little bit. Yep, definitely had a lot of people poke in and tell me they've stumbled into the Twitch section from coming from my YouTube channel, which is great. Again, always confused by people, and I'm not necessarily. I understand why they don't upload to YouTube. Mostly it involves music for people that don't upload to YouTube. Oh, Kiki Cord. Honestly, I wanted them to clone the Silver Girl Adept because that meant they weren't cloning my Geralf Messenger. Does YouTube provide much in the way of income? It makes a non-zero amount. It's like by no means my primary source of income, but like it makes actual dollars. You're actually not allowed to talk about how much your YouTube account makes. Their terms of service are really funky. Yeah, basically like my YouTube content is super low effort, right? Like the amount of work I put into YouTube to the ratio of money it outputs for me is really good. But like I'm basically just like cutting, uploading, and formatting descriptions, right? All right, so you're saying there's a chance. I'm mostly a YouTube lurker, headed up in for YouTube, I would not have found the stream. Awesome, Adam. And again, like so many YouTube people, like I have people that tell me they come in from my YouTube section. No, I don't want to do this because they'll get Exile with Relic. They come in from YouTube and like give me their Prime sub, even though they can't catch me live. I think the amount of subscribers I pick up from people supporting even though they only watch on YouTube is probably almost certainly higher than the ad revenue it brings in. I have a blue mana here thanks to this Spreading Seas. Thank you very much. So I can in fact activate my Spellskite. Thanks. Thanks for the spreading seas, opponent. I appreciate you. Don't mind if it does. Yoink. We are incredibly smart and thin. Well, I mean, this is miserable, but it is what it is. It's gonna be a while before we can win the game, but we're currently not losing the game. Oh geez, they cracked the relic, chat. They cracked the relic. That means a sack outlet kills them. I'm not gonna play that because we can't actually crack it for anything. Although I guess it taps for black mana with Urborg, huh? Yeah, they're through two of their... Oh, they have Mistcaller, right? Yeah, Mistcaller technically interacts with their combo. I have this Path to Exile, though. So that's nice. We've played against Fish 3 times in these last 2 leagues. Back up Solemnity. Go. The Aether Vial that can't have counters. Oh yeah, attacking with the messenger is free. Yeah, it is. I should path their thing and start attacking. That is a very good call. What a tilt. What a tilt! I mean, like, does it really need more ways to dig? We're probably gonna win here eventually, right? I've had to explain to my friend about streaming and creating your own brand / business. He's looking to start his own Raz group. What's a Raz group? And there's so much that goes into creating community that people don't see. Any tips for creating a community? Be consistent. Understand what types of people you want into your community and then cater to those types of people. Be very aware that you cannot please everybody, and trying to please everybody is going to be a recipe for frustration and annoyance. No, Magic Online has like a trophy system, but that doesn't really bring notoriety with it. The Fisher-Peter matchup is intricate, right? Yeah, that's true. If they hadn't spread me, the Spellskite would have been bad here. No, this is post-board. We won game 1. How do we win? We eventually get, eventually we find 2 removal spells, another removal spell for this Mistcallers, and we get rid of the Mistcallers and we start attacking with Geralf's Messenger. So Geralf's Messenger currently can't undie with a 1/1 counter on him, so he'll just undie constantly. But they can sacrifice Mistcaller to prevent that from happening. I can start smashing with Finks to gain health, that's true. Opponent dies of boredom. Alright, sweet. I think they're dead here. Oh, it's gambling. Alright, I mean, Magic players love gambling. Death Shadow and Unlife, the biggest Death Shadow can be is 13-13. All right, so now... Oh, they're sacrificing response. That makes sense. So now I can play this Viscera Seer, and I'm going to stop on my opponent's upkeep because I know they don't have anything. And then during their upkeep, I'm going to start sacrificing the Kitchen Finks to gain an arbitrarily large amount of health and scry what I want to the top. And then if they sacrifice Mistcaller to prevent me from gaining health, I can then kill them with Geralf's Messenger. So I'm going to start sacrificing this. And if they sack the Mistcaller here, I then kill them with Geralf's Messenger in response here. So in paper, they'd be just dead because I'd go to 1 billion health and they can't kill me. Turn 21. People asking how you win. Step 1 is not losing, chat. Don't worry about winning, just worry about not losing. Alright, so I'm gonna stack like 40 or 50 of these here then, since they're not doing anything. I'm also up 4 minutes. Okay, so now they sacrifice that, so I kill them in response. I think they were dead no matter how they sliced this, but... All right. Yep, yeah, Magic Online likes to pick a random colorless card and sub it in over your images of cards. Yeah, long matches today. We might not have time to get to a fourth modern deck. Maybe we'll do like 3 modern, and that's the nice thing about Arena too, is Arena, I have the flexibility to dictate how long we play the deck for, since we're not locked into a league while playing it. I don't know. Does it say cards can't have counters placed on them? No, this doesn't prevent Lightning Storm. We're definitely playing Steamkin next. Nope. This is just a black-white deck. Remember, Kitchen Finks is split green-white, so it is either a pure green or pure white card when you need it to be too. Yeah, I want to be Beetle. I'm gonna grab someone linked me Diva's latest list, and it's linked in the document. So I'll make those updates before I grab cards for it. We're gonna grab this list. A couple of lava spikes and stuff. Seems reasonable. It's funny, everybody thinks Moto like always needs a kick in the throat right away. It's only at 1.7 gig chat. Moto is just slow. I know after watching Arena, it feels extra slow, but this is how it always is, I promise. Gosh, I would kill for auto tap in this application. Auto tap in this application would be so good. Please, Watsy, I know you can't give us fancy graphics here, but could you please code the auto tapper? Man, the Memorial to Folly mirror match here. The truly classic Memorial to Folly mirror match. Bojuka Bog. Maybe I'm supposed to play a fetch land here because if I draw Kitchen Finks, I can't cast it at the moment. Which is probably bad for me. Didn't draw Kitchen Finks. I enjoy never being punished. It's my favorite thing. Oh, they're on black. Mono black Eldrazi. Interesting. The staple emote turned out really well. Truly pleased with that one. What are the odds they can't... They're black and colorless, right? And they're like, Ratchet Bomb is probably their only way to get rid of enchantments. So Solemnity Unlife probably hard locks them, right? Blasting Station or Viscera Seer. They could have Ugin or Karn, that's true. Ugin and Karn are colorless answers. All right, this is unscientific because I don't actually know the answer to this. So vote in that because there's a lot of good Twitter stuff going on today, and I'm curious to know if people want to see me keep posting stuff like that, or if we should just focus on playing Magic the Gathering only. Because I'm down for either. I could always social media after work, right? My poor Geralf's messenger. Where's the indifferent Folly? My heart wants to keep roasting people. Social media time, winning in a landslide. God bless. God bless us, everyone. I genuinely wasn't sure if social media was going to win by a landslide. I thought there was a possibility that people find it annoying. I like to gauge my... Where's the... Woo, doggy. Well, let's find out if they've got an answer to this one, chat. Do people come here to watch you play Magic and not roast people? That's true. That's like a really good point. All right, with that in mind, they do need to fix the online economy, i.e. dusting before doing anything backwards. I actually disagree with this after putting time and money into Arena. The system for getting cards in Arena with wild cards actually feels a lot more accessible than Hearthstone, as someone who has put a pile of money into both. This is the most important part about Jeff does social media is read it back. I disagree with this after putting time and money into Arena. What's childish about my responses here, Mordeth? Like, I'm not just like sitting here calling people names, right? Like, what I just did there was constructive and specific. No, they literally said dusting. They literally referenced dusting in their thing music, and they're aware that their 5th card problem is bad, and they're working to fix it. Of course, 12 to 12. Endbringer. Okay, well, they're gonna get to draw a lot of cards. We should hold the land normally. Like, why do I care about Reality Smasher? I honestly don't think lands need a lower wild card count. I think that's confusing if your lands are different. I think they just, like, need a higher ratio of... They just need a higher ratio of rare wild cards in general. They could have all this dust, that's true. The fact that they haven't ulted the Obnex kind of says to me that they don't have an answer at the moment, though. Or if they have an answer, they really need to dig for it. Honestly, what I don't get, can somebody tell me, is there a reason why they don't just leverage the digital space and just say, if you have 4 copies of a rare, you stop opening copies of that rare in a booster pack, except when you're drafting? Like, would that be so bad? Would anything be wrong with that system? That's true. It's probably less profitable. That's a fair critique. Greed is often an answer. No, you don't give them wild cards, Puffed. You only so here's the thing. The devil's in the details, and I should explain myself more. If you have 4 of every rare and mythic, then it starts giving you vault progress. So don't give rares and mythics that are duplicates until you have full playsets. No, giving people a wild card in place of the 5th copy does not work, because then people would only ever buy copies of one set. Because once you have a complete set, buying booster packs of that set is like printing wild cards for yourself. When you have everything, then you start giving vault progress, or then you start giving a little bit of something else. Sure, but does opening bad rares really feel any worse than, like, opening a rare that you can't do anything with? I think those are about the same in my opinion, right? Right? And, like, if you have all the good rares from a specific set, you can just stop buying packs of that set. Like, opening bad rares always feels bad. Like, it feels bad now and it feels bad there. The vault is still there. They said they're getting rid of it, but they haven't given us details yet. If you open a rare that you already have 4 copies of, it just disappears currently and gives you a very, very tiny amount of progress to this thing called the vault, which eventually gives you more wild cards. I think with the wildcard system and how they give you those as you buy packs, that not having dusting is fine. Dusting in and of itself is a feel bad. So for people that aren't familiar, dusting is what Hearthstone and all the collectible card games that have carbon copied Hearthstone, like Eternal and Test Legends and Warhammer and like all these ones that have copied the Hearthstone system. It's basically you can destroy your card for 25% of what it costs to make that card. That's true, I could force them to pop the relic. So I'm gonna attack with just the... I don't want them to pop the relic on my messenger, or do I? I don't actually know here. I'm also, like, curious if they have an answer in their thing. I guess I'm gonna attack Obnixilis here. Yeah, I don't know if they have, like, an Ulamog or an All Is Dust or something here. Wild cards are able to make things from any set. I actually think the wild card system in Arena is very reasonable after experiencing it and like understanding it more. The biggest issue, there's two issues with the wild card system. The first is that there's a bottleneck on rare wild cards currently, and the second is that it's confusing. The fact that I can't easily explain how the card acquisition works to people is an issue. I think 2 is probably too low, but if you wanted to let me convert 5 or 10, like 10 uncommons to a rare or 10 commons to an uncommon, I think that would be good. That's true. They could just downtick this skill. They also have like 9 cards in their hands here. You get more rares than mythics, but the ratio of rares to mythics isn't in line with the ratios of rares to mythics in the decks that you're playing. So basically you end up, when you're building constructed decks in Arena, you end up with more mythic wildcards than rare wildcards most of the time. I mean, that similar fear exists in Hearthstone, Pift, okay? Like, turning something into 25% of what you spent on it is not a good return. Psychologist, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Time you out, of course. Thanks for keeping me employed here. The normal $10 is fine, Fat Man. I'd be fine with that. We need to find 2 Viscera Seers to win. I don't actually know. I think again, they're like mono black stuff. I kind of think I would be surprised if they have an out to Phyrexian Unlife Solemnity in their deck. Maybe they have one. I'm gonna Inquisition them, just like take a look at what their 7 cards are. I don't think that's a problem, Okta. And the reason why I think that that's less of an issue with Magic than it is in Hearthstone is because Magic, hey, Primordial, almost a year. Time went fast. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Magic has the ability to create deep, interesting formats. And having a good non-rotating format is an answer to your cards rotating. It feels bad to have to catch up on 4 or 5 days. I mean, that's true of every game, though. Hello? Like, I gave Blizzard $1,200 when their standard format was the smallest it could possibly be, and I barely had an 80% collection. Is there a blue Tron deck in my queue, Trusty? There actually isn't a Tron deck in my queue. Did you mean blue-white Eldrazi? Which deck are you referring to? Because you said that the other day, and I went and looked after, and I couldn't find it. Went back and watched the Scepter League again. The actual conclusion I came to was that you did not miss Leyline Veil because Scepter filled her role. Kinda. And that could be true, Pikes, but I'm not sure if that's 100% the case. No, I did not, BDP. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with limited, really. So I don't really want to make any arguments based around limited. Still looking like they're gonna deck, chat. I'm gonna be really annoyed if they just deck out with no answer to this stupid combo. We just like spent the last 20 minutes of my life sitting here with them having 0 outs. All right, do they have a Karn? If they have a Karn, I'm like not annoyed, or like an Ulamog. Okay, I forgive you. That makes sense. This deck is really bad. Oh, all right, that makes sense. I'm just glad they had a thing, right? Like they weren't just like wasting time. The sideboard is rancid too. Yeah, I'm pretty off this. This deck is like watching paint dry. Just like sitting here hiding behind. This is like, it's like as bad as Blood Moon or Ensnaring Bridge, right? At least that's how it's felt to me so far. So let's get cards for mono red and go from there. I don't know that I really have anything too constructive about this. This deck has like pretty, to wrap up, this deck has pretty typical synergy deck problems, which is that it's playing combos with cards that individually aren't modern playable, which means when your combos don't come together, the cards that you have access to are weaker on average than what your opponents are doing. We're also playing a combo that's based on the graveyard, and there are a lot of different graveyard decks in the format that people have hate for, so we're like catching hate as flack. If I was going to work on this, I think I would visit the sideboard. 6 pieces of graveyard hate is a lot. I think this deck doesn't have enough. Like, at the very least, this deck needs to be able to cut 4 Thoughtseizes against creature-based aggro decks, and it can't do that with the sideboard that it currently has. All right, what are we got?